Hey everybody, welcome to Building with Sand, episode 44. It is Monday, March 25th, 2013. And it feels like I have been busy, and yet I have nothing to show for it. Since the last episode, I don't know what I've been really up to. There should have been a little thing there at the beginning of the episode where I Fortune 3'd a ton of nether quartz ore and got a whole bunch more quartz. I accidentally recorded that with a YouTube video going in the background, and I forgot that DX Story actually likes to record absolutely everything that happens on your computer, so I had to mute the audio. Also, I went into the nether just recently, and I detonated 3 stacks of TNT, and I felt like I barely did anything in the nether, and I was going to record it actually, and then I thought it took way too long, it was really boring, so I decided against it. The other night I came on here and I built a new building for Poresville. It's going to try to be my goal for every episode, is to build a new building or to modify what we have here into something more suitable for the theme we have going. So this one's a 2-story. It's actually, I haven't furnished it yet. It has a lot of doors. The back is a little sort of patio thing. Upstairs we have 2 little balconies, different kinds of windows I went for. Also different kind of balcony overhangs for shade. And we even have a trapdoor on top for like a sunlight. Kind of was going for a goal having like 2 buildings smushed together, and it was originally going to be 2 separate buildings, but I made it into one big one with different entries and ways and whatever for different whatever purposes. And like tried to maximize the amount of space I could use in this kind of footprint next to this building with a little archway going through. And kind of idea for most of the windows was just kind of random placement, and was going for different kind of windows. I really like the way it came out. Nothing special on top. It's just I went with oak wood this time on top. We have a little bit of jungle wood here too. Is that oak? Yeah. On the inside was originally going to be spruce, and I didn't do that. But I should probably go up there and light it up, because it will be a mob fest otherwise. I didn't do like the other 2 buildings where I had some kind of weathering put into it. I think after, when I come through and furnish it, I'm going to do that when that comes around. Still kind of messing with different styles of doing that. Like originally I was just doing the we have part of the piece done, but I'm thinking of doing things like that where it's like a seat, like an actual hole in the building. I don't know yet, because I actually want to use that kind of thing for windows sometimes. This kind of thing, so I don't want it to look like an inadvertent window or some kind of peephole. But I'll keep messing around with that. I really wish we had half slabs that were like vertical, so I could do kinds of designs and things that didn't stick out too much like this. If there's anything I wanted the most out of, you know, half block of or half wools and wool stairs and coal block, I would want a vertical half slab. That would make builds a lot more dynamic if used correctly, I think. Also, one thing I would like is like a half stair, so it's like a very just cut in half that way, and you could put it like a vertical, like if we had vertical half slabs, you know, everywhere, or you know, just whatever, just a half stair. That'd be awesome. It'd be be able to create, you know, and decide which side of the block you want to put it on. And you could do that too. That would make a lot more, like, you could have inlay, or, you know, not inlay, but a lot more texture to walls and things if we had stuff like that. You know, one of these days, if they ever release the mod API, I'm just gonna put all this stuff in myself because I'm really tired of waiting for that kind of stuff. I don't know, as much as I would like new mobs coming up in 1.6, and there's all this Redstone update which did nothing but break most of my stuff. I would really just like some new building blocks. I don't, you know, it'd be cool to have like ocean monsters and all that stuff, but give me something to build with first, and that's really what I want. Otherwise, I haven't done anything else. I wanted to go work on the palace a little bit, put some more quartz in places, and I keep telling myself I'm going to take that thing down up there before the next episode, and then I keep somehow forgetting to do that. So we're going to do that right now. If I can find more blocks. I'm thinking I might need like 2 more beacons or something around here. Goal is eventually to have like as many beacons as possible where it doesn't look funny, and also at the same time have it so that, you know, everywhere you go you can get like a speed boost. Or something. Speed boost is nice. I just hate running around everywhere all the time. Otherwise, I'm trying to think what I've been up to. It's like I have so much less time to prepare between the Monday and Friday episodes. Because I don't really do weekends. So, I've really been trying to get work done on the Wither Skeleton Farm to make it actually worthwhile. Broke every block except the ones I need to. Because of just how inefficient it is. There's so much work I have to do to tear out. Oh god, just break everything. So many, oh, there's just so many places for like pigmen to spawn that it just makes it a pain to do any sort of anything to make the spawner efficient. All the places. I'm just not being very good at parkour, as they call it today. There we go. The sooner I can get that spawner up and running to be at a decent efficiency, the sooner I can put in more beacons, and the sooner the city can start looking fancy. But that'll happen over time, I think. I was really hoping it wasn't going to take as much work as it has. So the thing is, I've been trying to do demolition and remove the blocks. Well, I should probably just go in and half slab everything possible. That's just in the butt at the same time. I don't know. Probably get sick of sitting in my witch farm and getting gunpowder before I get around to doing that. So I went ahead and put in these pillar quartz in the center, and I really like the way it looks. So we're going to do it over here on this side, and we got a whole bunch of more quartz blocks. And luckily, we can actually make it 9, 2, 4, 6, 12. Luckily, I can actually make it in my pocket. Good. Go. I've been thinking what I want to do with quartz here in Palace is mostly in the fountains. I want to work from back to front because I'm not really sure yet. I haven't done any sort of mock-ups or anything in my creative world in terms of making nice looking fountains. Maybe I ought to do a couple and see how it turns out, and if I hate it all, we will I'll screw around in creative and go from there. So I like the way this is here, and I don't want to deviate very much from it. Okay, these are stairs. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. Wait. Okay, each one of these is a stair. That. I'm gonna put quartz in because these are stairs too. Maybe if I did like this. The one thing is, it's really hard to tell that it's quartz with the water. So maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it like this and leave this one sandstone, and then we could do other ones differently. I had an idea for kind of a something. I wanted to do something like that. The thing is, it's just so hard to tell that there's quartz. I feel like it's a huge waste of quartz because quartz is just such a fancy block that if we're going to do something like this, it should just be done with sandstone anyway, because it's going to be nearly the same color. You won't even know. So that's kind of a bust. But we can still use it in other places. Question is, where should we use it? I did want to actually use it here in the back, and I was actually completely thinking of completely tearing out all the sandstone and making it quartz. That's one thing we could do. That would make the palace, or the Sultan's house back here, look quite a bit more rich. So is this kind of one thing we're going for? I really don't know. I think it's the newest patch really did a number on my FPS. Even using Optifine, it used to be running about 240 FPS, and now I'm lucky to get 220 or 200 really. So, just want to go like this. This white looks really, really good with the orange, I think. And I'm gonna need a lot more slabs. But yeah, that'll make these rooms look amazing. I'm gonna have a crafting bench in my pocket, and just one here too. I'll see if I should bother with it. I'm still having that bug where, I don't know if it's a bug or just my carelessness, where my items pop out of my inventory onto the ground. every time I close my inventory, and actually lost a stack of ender pearls when I was in the nether trying to kill a ghast because I had run out of arrows and I needed to kill it because I was working on blowing up stuff and it was just being a huge pain. I'm really gonna use a whole stack on this room. Feels like it. So one thing I can do too is put down the different types of quartz blocks along with this. I really like the way this floor is already. So I'm gonna go with that on the rest of the rooms, but I don't want to work on that today, actually. I'll do that off camera. Against lab is kind of boring. But it's actually not any less interesting than what we're going to go do. I can find some of my scrap wood. I want to actually start working towards the next project. Oh, excuse me. And I guess I should make it daytime. I didn't want to sleep over here. Whatever. I want to start working towards the next project. I know we have loose ends on the palace here, but the palace has always been loose ends ever since the entire series started, so that's not really a big thing. I kind of still have loose ends in the bazaar, but that's a constant work in progress, I think, as well. And I want to get into what I want to do next, which is another big build. It is actually not at all on the city planning guide. It's something I came up with recently. Well, I guess not really super recently. I need to gather up all these items. It's something I've kind of meant to build for a while, but it's a different version of what I originally thought of. And I've had this area over there behind one of the nether portals for a long time, and I wasn't sure what I was going to build there. And I, in my big shift, I would say recently, from you know, things that I wanted to do with the city, where I'm going to start doing away with things like peaked roofs and not very desert style builds. It's something that's also in tune with like the pyramids we have around, but it's actually a different style completely. So it's something I really want to build. I don't want to reveal, you can tell. Keep forgetting the one thing I need, which is just some wood. I don't exactly want to reveal what it is until we start building it. But I do need to clear out the land, and I usually don't do that on camera because it's incredibly boring, but we need to do something today. And I need to feel like I'm actually working. So that's gonna happen. I do away with these trees. But yeah, so I want to feel like I'm actually doing some work right now, and we'll start digging out this place. I can discuss things that are going on. But unfortunately, I don't have anything going on. So the building is going to be a 30 by 30 on the base, and I want it to be a little bit higher than this level right here. I was thinking too high or too above. That might be a little higher than I want it to be. We do have a huge amount of space. These are creeper hole explosions from the past. 30 by 30, I think we have enough space. That's a question. That is a question that needs to be addressed immediately before doing any work. So, where are we here? Negative 93. And nearly to here ish. So -93, -53. That's 40 blocks this way, so that's good if we cram it in there. And what are we thinking? 160. Yeah, we should have plenty of room. Okay, good. One thing I hate is I have this river biome that sucks up into my desert and then comes back down just to make my life miserable. But this is kind of high up here. Oh, now it's Sunday. My backup just started running. It's freaked the hell out of me whenever something pops up on my screen. We're going to clear out everything above here. And then I'm going to stand back and take a look at it. But to begin with, we need a box of crap. And we need some shovels. Should have probably actually enchanted these. Now when it gets to being places where it's pretty high up, I can just use a torch trick. I guess I might as well just discuss what we are going to build. I've wanted to build a ziggurat for a long time. Something like a Babylonian stuff is really what I'm going for right now. I was going to build something like the Great Ziggurat of Ur, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. It was a sort of a religious, it's sort of a temple, I guess. In ancient Babylon, they built temples called ziggurats, which are kind of like pyramids. They're stepped pyramids, a lot more like the Aztec style pyramids, but they're also significantly larger than any of those. What I want to build is actually going to be the Hanging Gardens, which was one of the ancient wonders of the world, or the Babylonian... what city were they in? I want to say they were in Babylon. Well, yeah, somewhere. The Hanging Gardens are based off of ziggurat. The story goes that the king at the time had a wife who was from a mountainous region, and she missed having the mountains and all the plants and trees and all that stuff. And even though the Mesopotamia was all around, you know, the Twin River valleys, or whatever. It was between the twin rivers, like the Euphrates and whatever it was. And it was green and fertile, it was flat, and so it made her sad. And so to do something about it, the king built a giant ziggurat and planted all kinds of plants and had a very elaborate hydraulic water system that brought all, you know, water to all the plants from the river, and it made her happy, and it became one of the great wonders of the ancient world, along with the pyramids of Giza, the Colossus of Rhodes, and some other stuff. I don't know if the Great Wall counts in that, but yeah, so I'm gonna do something that's meant to resemble that as best as I can in Minecraft. It's going to be 30 by... the research that I've done has said that it's 30 by 30 about 30 by 30 meters on the base. Now the actual height of it, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it has tiers, and then it each one of them is apparently each tier of the pyramid, you know, the ziggurat is supposed to be wide enough for like 4 chariots to ride across it at once or something, which I don't know if that means much. I think that's like, back in that day, it was like 1 horse was a chariot, so like if I was riding this horse, I mean, if I was riding this cow, that means it'd be 4 wide or whatever, 4 cows across, so we're not looking at a giant kind of platform up top, but the goal is to have each, what I want to do is have different kind of guardians on. I did not need to take that level out. I want to have different kind of guardians on each floor of the gardens. Did I just say gardens on each floor of the gardens? Different guardians on each floor of the ziggurat, I guess, and try to do my best there. We're still going to be in the desert, so everything is still going to be kind of green, or olive green, brown. I'm going to do my best to keep the colors going. It's a shame that we don't have more than 4 types of trees and 2 types of flowers. And we have more kinds of mushrooms than we have flowers, if you think about it, because you have netherwort, which is kind of like a mushroom, and then we have 2 different other mushrooms. So that's kind of pathetic. Honestly, Minecraft, it's time to, you know, we're at 1.6 already. We need a lot. We need to get to the point where we have a lot more blocks to mess around with, because I don't really see needing to add like a whole lot of different gameplay to the game anymore. More mobs isn't really going to do us a whole lot, unless it was something, you know, incredibly fun to kill. But I'd rather see a mob that is also like common. You know, I'm tired of seeing skeletons and zombies and creepers all the time, and I don't mean in that we need like overworld blazes, things that are super annoying. Witches are a huge pain in the butt to kill. You don't really need like overworld, you know, you really don't need a mob that is just a nuisance, I think, even though zombies and stuff are kind of annoying. We've all been playing this long enough that we're kind of used to them, but I wouldn't mind different kind of, some more variety to the mobs. I don't know what they're going to add. I just know that they're adding something in 1.6. That's what Jeb has said. It could possibly be something like sharks, and then it'll be a mob that none of us ever see because no one ever hangs around in the ocean biomes because they have nothing in them that's worth a while. I have considered actually doing, like, if I ever was to do another LP like this, with a different building with X, of doing something like a something ocean water related. A friend server, I was actually building I haven't been on there in a while, but I was building a oil rig, and that took a long time because I accidentally made it 100 by 100 and had to cook, you know, I was making it out of smooth stone. Why did I take those out? I don't even need them. I made it 100 by 100 out of smooth stone, and it turned out that took me a long time to make, to cook up every one of those blocks, because I didn't have a silk touch brick. But that's probably why I've been playing more on this server, because I am really far more equipped than anywhere else, and I have all sorts of spawners and farms and things to, you know, make my wishes come true, which is why I dread ever having a server reset, but who knows? Eventually it'll happen, maybe. And I wouldn't mind if they added more biomes to the game. I think that would be nice, and I'd be willing to reset the map for that. Or anything super game changing is always worthwhile. I mean, this map was reset because of, I think it was 1.2 or 3. What was it? Oh, it's whenever we had the witches. Must have been no, it wasn't the Halloween episode. Something. Maybe it was the Halloween patch is when this server got reset. I know there's a lot more than just witches added, and there's a good reason for it. I honestly don't remember what it was, but I'm sure it'll happen one day. And if I ever migrate servers for whatever reason, I'll start over again. Hopefully, if I ever do that, it'll be to a server that's well on its way to doing awesome endgame stuff, so I don't have to be the only one building witch farms and the end farm, the Enderman farms, and the skeleton farms, and all of that. And I can focus more on building. But you're getting over time, and I've dug like 10 deep into this mountain, and you guys have gotten to listen to me prattle on about whatever. So we're gonna call it today, and hopefully by the time we return, this will be very much more flat than it is currently. Because I do want to get onto this. I've been kind of, I feel like I've been treading water the last few episodes, and I want to get back into the build mode now that the bazaar is done, and I kind of shook off all of that, you know, everything that kind of wore me out from doing that, and we can get back into doing something fun like building a giant fancy building again. A whole nother giant fancy building. But I think this one is going to be sufficiently different from what we've been working on to make it interesting. Since I'm going to be going for a very different kind of theme. It's going to be a very different themed building from, I would think, most of what we've done, other than, well, it's kind of similar to the Nubian pyramids in a way, but much larger. And I have, you know, it's going to incorporate a lot of plants and a lot of water. It's going to be big. It will potentially be bigger than, taller than the palace, and it'll be higher. I mean, the palace is a couple blocks lower. I mean, it's going to be elevation-wise 3 higher from the base, so that's just going to be, seem like it's going to be taller, so we will soon have a big fancy thing here. It'll be amazing. But until then, until I have come through here in the next day or so and turn this into nothing, we will, I will see you guys again, hopefully. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.